So, I had a spiritual awakening about 2 years ago and realized that I can...
Did you have a spiritual awakening just now? Wouldn't you call that that? In other words, isn't a spiritual awakening just an awareness that you are spirit?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is meditate with you in my ear. But when I do it, I feel extremely powerful while I'm doing it, but then I get really scared because I'm like talking to birds and trees and the grass, and I feel like the neighbors are looking at me like, who is this wacko lady? And I want to be able to be proud of that and not be scared of it. So wondering if you have soothing words.
You have pinpointed the precise thing that prevents most people from their true alignment, because you can't be seeking alignment with source and alignment with the neighbor at the same time.
No, Jen.
You kind of have to make a choice. And if you let your neighbor guide you, it doesn't usually go that well, because your neighbor will guide you to the things that will please the neighbor.
Yeah.
And yet, it is sort of the tendency. Esther's found herself talking right out loud while she's taking her walks, just talking out loud. And then she thinks, I should just put a Bluetooth thing on my ear.
Yeah.
And no one will know. They'll just think I'm talking to somebody on the phone.
Yeah.
And you are just talking to someone on the phone. In other words, she does have her Bluetooth on all the time.
Yeah.
You all do, you see. So this is a big conversation, isn't it? Why do we're talking from your point of view, why do I care? Why do I need to control the condition of my neighbor's opinion of me? We put that word condition in there really deliberately. Why is it necessary? Why do I feel like I need to behave in a way that will contour your perspective of me? And the reason is because you don't run into that many people who are in alignment with source and just loving you unconditionally. And if your desire is to be appreciated or loved by them, then you kind of jump through the hoops of acceptability by them. But there is bondage at the end of that path and all along that path every time, isn't there? Because every single one of them really sort of kind of wants something a little different from you until you become just almost crazed in your trying to be. That's why our friend says, I've sort of lost track of who I am. You lose track of who you are. You do. So you said, how can we soothe you? Soothe me so that I can tune into who I really am. Abraham, I want to know this, I want to live this, I want to be this, and I want to be accepted in the world. And we say, you are accepted in much of the world. In other words, every master knows about that. Every athlete who is in the zone knows about that. Do you think those kids out there on that basketball court are really worrying about the fans and what they're saying? Esther sat in the final, the game 5, when the Spurs won the championship a few weeks ago. And as she was sitting there, her seats are not far behind the Spurs bench, back a ways. And the people behind her, she had seen 2 of them before. They have season tickets too. But they brought 2 new people with them who were shouting directions at the players loudly. Move the ball, move the ball, move the ball. Hey, you dummy. Oh, move the ball. Can't you put anything in? Move the ball, move the ball. Hey, give it to him. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And Esther thought, I'm going to lose my mind. And then Esther thought, love. I choose love over hate. I choose calm over killing. I choose alignment over massacre. And then she turned around and she looked at them. And beautiful girls, 2 really beautiful girls. And she said, you're kind of hard on our team. And they looked at her. And she turned around and she thought, I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. But The reason that we tell you the story is because we get how it feels like when there are others around you that it is necessary somehow to get them on your page. Like if they're on your page, if they're on your team, if they're on your side, if they agree with you, if they are merged with your opinion, like you then have more power. That's not where you get your power. You don't get it from the girls behind you. And the players out there on the court have learned to disregard all of that commentary long ago. They're not looking for resources from the conditions that surround them, you see. You get it from source. You get it from who you are, you see. And when you've got it, when you're standing there in that clarity, we tell you that story because Esther lost it too. In other words, she lost it. She's been loving that team. She's been watching that. She's been enjoying it so much. They were rooting for the team while they were yelling against the team. Esther just thought, what universe do you come from? Do you understand nothing about energy? And then she thought, oh yeah, they don't understand anything about energy. But I do. And now I'm letting them be my reason that I'm all out of sorts sitting right here. I'm living a very conditional love. I need to straighten them out because they are clearly inappropriate, I'm sure. If I told everybody in the stadium right now, 18,000 of them, I say, hey, listen to what these girls are saying. Listen to that. They're talking smack about our team. Everybody in the stadium, or nearly everybody, would have said, throw the bums out. Esther knew she was right. But she was living a conditional love that she couldn't control. She can't control what they say. She can't control what they think. She can't control their approach to life, nor should she. She has no right to. They should be able to shout whatever they want to shout at Esther or about Esther. You see. You got to get past caring what anybody else is doing and understand where your true power comes from. Because until you understand where your true power comes from, you can't hook into it, you see. There are always going to be, no matter how perfect you align yourself to be, there will be a segment of the population who will disagree with the perfection that you have found. You line them all up. All right, who likes me now? What do you think of me now? How do you like me now? Okay, I'll change that. Wait, I should write this down. I'll change that, and I'll change that, and I'll change that. I'll be back in a week. All right, how do you like me now? How do you like me now? And all those moving parts, they just keep moving around. You liked me last week. Why don't you like me this week? What'd I do? Oh, wasn't me? Didn't have anything to do with me? The way you feel about me doesn't really have anything to do with me. It's about your connection with your source. Oh, well, this gets easier. All I have to do is tend to my alignment unconditionally. And when I do, then it's easy to love you. Yeah? Really good conversation. You feel better?